I knew something was wrong the moment the elevator doors slid open. Not because of the bouquet in my hand, not because of the Paris tickets tucked neatly in my coat, but because of the silence. Not the peaceful kind, the kind that wraps itself around your ribs and tightens with every step. I stepped out onto the 32nd floor, her floor. Human resources, ironic given how little humanity existed in her recently. The hallway was decorated with red ribbons, chocolates, little pink hearts taped to glass panels. Valentine's Day, a day built for illusions. My phone buzzed. A single text. No name, just a number I didn't recognize. You need to see this. Don't speak. No explanation, no context, just a warning. It echoed inside me as I walked toward the conference room. Every footstep felt like a countdown. 3 seconds. 2. 1. I reached the glass wall, and I froze. People stood in a circle, clapping, cheering. Flashes went off like tiny explosions of betrayal. My wife, tilted her head back and laughed. Then she kissed him, the CEO. And when she pulled away, she lifted her hand. A diamond ring caught the light and shattered it across the room like a knife made of stars. I felt the world tilt under my feet. Not violently, quietly. A slow collapse, like a building that had been waiting years to fall. And then one of her coworkers said it, loud, bright, celebratory, "Congratulations on your engagement!" My breath left me. I didn't drop the flowers, I didn't scream, I didn't move. I only watched the life I built slip out of her fingers like it never belonged to me at all. She hadn't seen me yet. Maybe she wouldn't have cared if she had. The room blurred, faces melting into each other, mouths hanging open mid-laugh. But my focus narrowed to her ring, a ring I didn't give her. My mind replayed the last few weeks, her excuses, the late nights, the sudden distance. "I'm overwhelmed," she'd said. "Big projects, stress." She'd been slipping away in fragments, leaving pieces of herself behind like breadcrumbs I never bothered to follow. Now I saw the whole trail, straight into another man's hands. Someone brushed past me, snapping me back. I realized I was still standing there like a ghost witnessing his own eulogy. A coworker inside pointed toward the door. My wife turned her head. Her smile died. Not dramatically, just paused, like a program that encountered a fatal error. Her eyes widened by a single millimeter. Then her face went cold, professional, composed, indifferent. She mouthed something. I already knew what it was. Leave. I turned away, not because she told me to, because I suddenly understood the text message. You need to see this. Someone wanted me to wake up. Someone wanted the mask to fall. So I let it fall. I didn't go home. I didn't go anywhere planned. I sat in my car, Bouquet beside me, pedals trembling with the soft vibrations of the engine. Then I opened my banking apps, my company dashboards, our joint accounts, her personal cards I paid for. It was astonishing how much betrayal could be quantified. Numbers, hotel charges, restaurant bills she never mentioned, a jewelry store receipt 2 weeks ago, the ring, the one she proudly pressed against another man's chest while his employees cheered. I stared at the 83% ownership figure on my company profile. My company, the one she used to brag about, the one she used to introduce me as the genius behind. The CEO she kissed worked under me, indirectly. He'd never met me in person. He assumed I was just an investor. Good. That anonymity was about to become a weapon. I began pulling records, emails, transfers, projects she interfered with, salary advancements. His name appeared in places it shouldn't have been. A pattern, a strategy, a campaign. They'd been aligning their lives behind my back like soldiers preparing for a quiet coup. My internal world burned, but my hands remained steady. I didn't cry. I didn't panic. I just breathed. Slow, measured, controlled. The kind of breathing a man learns right before he rewrites someone's destiny. The final confirmation came an hour later, a forwarded message, from her phone, sent by someone inside her own circle. A photo. My wife sitting on the CEO's lap, her legs crossed elegantly, her fingers tracing his chest, his hand on her thigh. The timestamp? Yesterday, while she told me she was exhausted and sleeping early. Under the photo was a single sentence. They're planning to announce their marriage after the merger. The merger. My company's expansion. The CEO was counting on my shares. He thought she would secure me. She thought she could walk away with him and half my empire. I closed my eyes. The darkness behind my eyelids felt colder than the truth I'd just uncovered. I didn't confront her. I didn't message her. I simply opened my company portal and slid every dial, every account, every access point into lockdown. One click, then another. Her credit cards, frozen. Her corporate privileges, revoked. Her apartment lease, canceled. Her travel reservations, voided. Her remaining allowances, cut. The Paris tickets, canceled. Then I withdrew my 83% share, liquidated, clean, final. $557 million, pulled out of their hands in less than 7 minutes. My phone began buzzing, slow at first, then frantic. 12 missed calls, 46, 103, then 356. All her. Her boss, her CEO fiancé, HR, legal, half the company. I didn't answer a single one. I walked into my house, set the bouquet on the table, opened a bottle of water, drank it slowly. Then I heard it. A knock. Not timid, not angry, desperate. I opened the door. She stood there, hair messy, makeup smudged, breathing like she'd sprinted miles. The diamond ring was gone. "Please," she whispered, voice trembling. "We need to talk." Her eyes searched my face, begging for a familiar softness that no longer existed. I stepped aside, but not to let her in, to let her see the suitcase I'd placed by the door. Hers, already packed. "I know everything," I said quietly. Her whole body broke, not with sound, but with collapse. I didn't comfort her, didn't touch her, didn't ask why. Some truths don't need explanations. Some betrayals don't deserve autopsies. She reached for my arm. I stepped back. "You destroyed my life," she whispered. "No," I said. "I just stopped funding it." Silence filled the doorway between us, heavy, final. She cried. I didn't. She begged. I listened without hearing. And when she finally realized nothing she said would resurrect what she'd killed, she turned away. I closed the door before she reached the street. The lock clicked, a soft, satisfying sound. My final thought was simple, cold, and honest. Some endings aren't tragic. They're necessary.